Hey guys, it's Rihanna. So much has changed, and who knows what's going to be coming up in the near future, that I just wanted to make a video, kind of bring people together and share some tips, thoughts, feelings that might be helpful to all of us, especially during this time where we're supposed to be physically distancing connection as much as possible. I'm grateful to use whatever kind of interface we can to bring connection between us, especially during a time like this. One thing that's really come to the forefront, and I think all of us can notion into this, is the idea of fear and how much fear has been instilled and what fear does to our physical bodies and the stress that it holds in this physical body that we have. Our brains actually are almost wired for fear, in the sense that they're made to keep us alive. They're made for survival mode. And so, with everything that we're hearing or not hearing right now, we're going into fight or flight mode with almost every new bit of information, until we can train our brain otherwise. And it is a practice. And can I just start by saying, too, I'm not giving medical advice here, just some tips and thoughts on how we can, kind of cope with this all together. So when fear comes into our being, whether that's our mind being or our physical being, it plays a response on our entire system. And one really cool tip that I personally use is the idea and the notion of what you resist persists. And that one is important because so much so in our society we're taught, think positive, think positive, think positive. So when we hear the negative thoughts, sometimes we're right away like, oh no, I don't want to think that. Oh no, forget that. And I totally understand the notion of that, because you don't want to think the negative thought, but sometimes it just wants to be heard. And some really cool tools that I think you can use are, when the thought comes into your mental body, your mind, right? Just kind of allow the thought to pass without becoming attached to it and without letting it be a part of you. So as your brain is trying to protect you, you can just hear the thought, acknowledge the thought, and choose to release it. I truly do just kind of, if it comes into my forefront, I'll watch the thought go by, I'll watch the words, I'll even feel the emotion go by and let it release. Because if we just continue to be like, no, that's just building into the stress too, right? So to just kind of allow it, or if you feel it, that crunch in your stomach, you get the tension, headache, just kind of acknowledge where it's coming from, allow your body to feel it, again, without becoming attached to it. A really cool way to look at this would be to become the observer of the thought and know that that thought is not you. Again, it is a practice. It's not going to be perfect overnight. It's a way to kind of cope with everything that's going on right now. I think another really important thing to bring up in the fear is the immune system. You guys know from my post, I am a strong encourager and believer in meditation. There are plenty of different types of meditation. This is an awesome, incredible time to dive into your meditation practice. I'm not going to go too much into meditation on this specific video, but if you guys have any questions or anything you want to talk about meditation, especially right now, please feel free, comment or message me. I would love to talk about it. It is incredibly beneficial in helping the immune system right now and helping your mind, your entire body. Remember that we are just energy. And when we get beyond that mind that's talking to us so much and just let our beings be into a place of homeostasis, there is incredible evidence showing the healing and just health benefits of meditation. So yeah, please feel free to ask me anything regarding meditation, and I will definitely do my best to provide as much information and knowledge as I can with this. And I think going into this week, one final thing I want to touch on is a lot of us are going to be working from home, and I've heard a lot of fears and unknowns about what this could look like. And a really big point I want to touch on this is, again, coming back to the brain. Our brain is made, in a sense, for laziness. And what I mean, before I get scientific feedback or rebuttals on that. What I mean by that is that it will do everything it can to stay in a comfort zone and keep us at what it knows, right? Really in that comfort zone, like I said. So what it does on a day-to-day and what our normal routines are is it finds that comfort zone and it finds habits and patterns. So when you come home from work every day and you go into the kitchen, it knows you're going to get that glass of wine, and it knows you're going to calm down, and then it knows you're going to have some food for comfort, and then you might watch your TV show, and you have your routine. Where right now, if we're working from home, especially to all the parents I know out there, with the kids, it's going to be completely different. There's going to be a lot of change in routine. Those who are just working from home and are thinking about what they're going to do with that, this again is an awesome time to practice mindfulness and meditation, to practice getting into different routines, even in the sense of context clues. So for example, if you know that your place on the couch all the way to the far left is where you have your glass of wine, usually at 5:30 p.m., right now, that's not the place to do both. If you want to retrain the brain, body to have that be your place of work, then know that that 5:30 p.m. glass of wine would probably best be served somewhere else. So again, just really retraining the brain to create those new habits, those new areas of comfort, those new areas of even getting outside the comfort zone. Lots of new patterns right now, lots of new things that we're going to have to be practicing. But the biggest thing is just to breathe. The more oxygen that flows in, the more our cells are able to regulate, and thus being a more homeostasis. We are in a more homeostatic. I'll have to double check on that, but we are more in homeostasis. Thank you for your forgiveness on that. Forever learning. But yeah, so just continue to breathe. This would be an awesome time to practice more mindfulness too. We have this notion that we get too busy and too stressed to meditate and to practice mindfulness, when in reality, the busier that we are, the more we should be practicing that mindfulness and meditation piece. Remember during this time, guys, that we are all in this together. There is so much going on that as much at a time as it is that we are unable to spend as much physical time together, this is an incredible opportunity to reach out in new ways and to connect as much as we can. Be forgiving with yourself, be self-compassionate, and listen to your body. Just do everything you can from a place of love, and we are going to get through this. Please feel free to message me, reach out. You're not alone. As much as I'm practicing my meditation and my things too, we're all going through it. We all have our fears. So I'm right there with you guys. I do trust though that we are all absolutely going to get through this, and we all can be here for each other in a brand new way through this. So please let me know if there's anything I can do to further assist. And I'm planning on putting out more information for different kind of meditations. Please feel free again if you have any questions or anything you want me to speak on in particular. I would love to share, and I look forward to talking with you guys soon. Have a good week ahead of you. It's going to be a good week. We're going to get through this. Bye.